Tell you when we're live. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning, Miss Carolyn. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's Wednesday, halfway through the week, right? It is Wednesday, I think.
It's hard to remember what day it is.
Yes, I get so confused because all the days are merging together. So I'm going to go ahead and get us pulled up here. We'll kind of see when somebody joins us. I'll let you know. We'll give a couple minutes to kind of get it going. Is it pretty nice up there in Canada?
No, it's cloudy, but it's supposed to go to 16 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
I think the sun's going to pop out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice warming up. It's nice seeing some of the spring flowers pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's about maybe 70s, going to be in the high 80s down here today. So
it's so nice seeing those memories pop up from last year of my visit down to the Florida hunt.
yes, they're all over. Let's see here. We got a couple people on starting to join with us. We're up to 4 people. Let me go ahead and get this pulled up here. All right, Allison. So, of course, everybody by now knows you're Allison. So tell me a little bit, who's Allison?
Pink Power Alley treasure hunter. I don't know. I'm a mother of 3 girls. Don't get to see them much, but I work for the city of Brampton as a traffic signal and streetlight inspector, and got called back to work yesterday, being 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks off working from home, and I was quite anxious. Bit of panic set in, but we've got all our PPE. They've given us a big tub of wipes and sanitizer, and what else did they give me? And they didn't have any face masks, but they found one. And I brought a balaclava in anyways, and there's a shipment coming in, but I have my work truck. I'm in my work truck right now, and I call it my bubble. I'm in my bubble roaming around, but later in the afternoon, it was a lot better just driving around. It is nice to get out, but you're far better off staying at home, reducing the risk right now. We're just starting our spike here in Canada. Toronto is really shot up. There was one old folks home. I think they've had well over 24 deaths.
Wow.
And I think there was another 2 yesterday. I haven't turned on the news too much in the last 2 days because it's tough to see. I just, I was called into work. I do my best and just pitter patter. We could still get sent home. They've got the army forming up base Borden. So I'm not sure if they're going to bring in some kind of a martial law to just say, hey, come on, stay home. We need you to stay home.
Yeah.
Do your part. The sooner everyone does that, the sooner we get out to play, right?
Yep, exactly. When you do get out to play and you get out to metal detect, Allison, which detector do you tend to go to? What's your favorite one?
It's still the Excalibur 2, even on land. I love water hunting. I used to be a competitive swimmer at the Olympium. I have a twin sister. We both competed. She missed the Olympics by 2/100ths of a second in freestyle.
Oh, wow.
I was stronger in backstroke and breaststroke, and she was stronger in freestyle and fly. But the waters, I wish to goodness I'd taken this hobby up 40 years ago. I'm a little old, so I wish I took it up with my dad. It's a great daughter-dad thing. But just, I'm a water person. I love relic hunting now. I did before, but the water is the place for me. I have 2 Excalibur 2s. One is tricked out to a dive shaft with the Anderson dive shaft. It makes it so much easier with the coil 2 feet away from my handle, especially for fanning the target. I have 2 Equinox 800s, one that I bring into work because now I'm assisting on my lunch hour cleaning up parks for some of the parks guys. They're fascinated. These old timers, they're like, you pulled a staple, you pulled a nail, and you just swung over it.
Yep.
couple of old coins, and yeah, so those are my two main machines. But I'm still getting used to the Equinox 800. There's still always, every day you learn something new, right? And I
Yep.
always watch people. I watch I'm a heavy gritter. Even if I'm at a seated hunt, I don't know what it is. I'm a heavy gritter. Underwater, I do a circular underwater grid system with
Okay.
it's got to be a pink fluorescent rope, a pole, which is stationary. And I'm still trying to find something that will either clip on, that has a movable part that I
Okay.
can, depending on, because I've been in Lake Dalrymple, so I jam it down 4.5, 5 feet because there's that much silt.
Oh, wow.
And then so you can adjust it on, it's just a swimming scooper pole, but I need something that will travel freely so the rope doesn't bind. The first time it worked, I just did a slip knot, a hydro
Okay.
slip knot, and it didn't bind. So I did a good 100-foot radius, and I have a second pole. So every time I come to the second pole, I move the pole out 4 feet and then
Okay.
go back overlapping, keeping my pole rope tight. It's just
That's
getting that
interesting.
buoyancy. Yeah.
Well, I don't really do the underwater diving. I'm kind of scared of all the things that are under the water and not knowing what's there. So I never even thought about gritting underneath the water. That's pretty interesting.
You can do it on top of the water too, knee deep. I always say
Mhm.
people lose their rings knees to 6, 8 feet.
Okay.
Most people, yeah, lose their items.
So when you said you used to be a competitive swimmer
Yeah.
and you got into metal detecting, so did you just know right away that you were going to be diving? I mean, what led you to get certified to dive and everything?
Just watching people like Gary Drayton, Steve Zazulek.
Mhm.
Steve Zazulek, in the beginning, I met him at the Radio World
Mhm.
Spring Fling, where they get everything in before the season opens up. They have specials. They have very interesting speakers. They have competitions for free machines or gift cards. They've been amazing to support the community, detecting community, with events like that and putting on seated hunts. It
Mhm.
takes incredible amount of work, as you know,
Yes.
to put on a hunt, what
Yes,
you
it
do,
does.
and all
Yes.
the other hunts. I've been going down to the Pennsylvania hunt. This, hopefully coming up next month, this will be my 5th year in a row. And Kent and Wendy are like a brother and sister now. But yeah, I won a metal detector at a Kelly Shires, my fundraising charity, Kelly Shires golf tournament.
Mhm.
Jack at Radio World put on a seated hunt with his crew, and I was completely hooked. Found all these coins. Don't know much about coins, but just finding them. Apparently, I found a couple of few interesting ones. I'm not concerned about the value unless it's a Mexican gold escudo or a silver or trolley or something different. But it's a savior for me, with what I've gone through, and it's my life. Yeah.
One of the things that you said you didn't really know much about coins, the longer you're in the hobby, the more you start to learn about the coins and you start to collect coins. I said when I first started, I'm not going to collect coins. Boy, I got so many coins now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Well, we do have, let's see, we've got Mural. He said good morning and he's dying to go underwater detecting. He lives up in New York. We got Kenneth Arrington, he said hello and good morning. And Dwight from the New Age Goonies, he's on and
Nice.
he's
Woo.
saying good morning.
Morning,
So,
guys. Yeah,
good
get
morning, everybody.
certified. Take an open water course and get certified. Do it properly. There's a lot of detectors that will go by themselves. I mean, if you're in 10 feet of water, it's not so bad, but you really should have somebody watching you or diving with you. So,
Hmm. Protections, most important, even when you're out
safety.
and you're going way out into the woods and it's like down in Florida, we get extreme temperatures. So you want to make sure you got a partner, and if you don't, at least let people know where you're going, so in case something happens, it's really important to
Absolutely.
be safe. And if anybody has a question for Allison, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and I'll be sure to make sure I ask her about it. So, Allison, we were talking about events. I went to Dig In PA for the first time last year, had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Wendy and Kent do put on a really good event. What are some of the other events that you've gone to? I know you've got this knack for showing up when people don't know you're coming.
Right. Yeah, that was fun. I did that in the Florida Hunt at the
Hmm.
meet and greet and got Carlotta. I love Carlotta, Lady Carlotta.
Yes.
And just I don't know, it's just something my dad did. He used to go back to Scotland, walk in the door at 2 minutes to midnight. They called it Hogmanay, and
Hmm.
surprise all his family. No, I just and Chaze, New York, Pound the Ground. I went, and the same thing. I surprised everyone, told everyone I wasn't going,
Yep.
and showed up. I had a face mask on, but it was all pink and just eyes cut out, and they said, "No, you better not." My girlfriends, Anne and who we traveled down with, said, "No, you better not. That looks pretty creepy. It's pretty creepy." So I just had something pulled over my hood. And then I went up and hugged her and take a picture, and I pulled my mask, looked better. Surprise! And then I guess you guys saw that because the
Yes.
Kellyco table was right beside that.
Yes. Yep. And you got me really good. I was so surprised to see you because I had
Yeah.
talked to you. You're like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go. And then there you were. I was like, wait, yay, this is awesome.
Yeah. But
Joe
what
Ring.
else? A dig in South Jersey. I've been to two
I
or
want to
three
go to that. Joe
times.
DeMarco puts that hunt
Oh,
on. I
it's
heard it's really good.
amazing. Last year I found my first seated. It was a seated. Again, I don't know much. It was a seated quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and I found a 3 cent nickel. Yeah, it's like a trine but different design,
Mm-hmm.
like the Lady Liberty. I guess that's her name.
See, start to learn stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, 3 cent nickel. Yeah,
Joe Ring joined and he said he wanted to thank Kellyco for his Garrett AT Pro that he got a few years ago. He doesn't get to use it much, but he said stay safe and he's enjoying these videos. Well, thanks for tuning in and watching, Joe. We're trying to just break up the news feed and talk about treasure.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Um, yeah,
had
the
a
Pound the
couple other
Ground
times. Yeah. Oh,
was a
I went.
huge event.
Yeah, I do the Radio World one. They usually have
Hmm.
every year. Oh, and I went to a couple down Southern Ontario. Sun Parlor Hunt. The guy from Windsor put that on, as well as one, oh, Greg Drope, who's sponsored by Nokta, but the Forest City. Those are great people. Aaron and Steve Bennett. Oh yeah, they're great people down. They're in London, Ontario, a
Okay.
couple of hours away. The Sun Parlor one was further. Can't remember the name of the town. I can't believe it. Beautiful little town on the beach. Yeah, so getting out and meeting people, I love following people, but meeting them face to face, getting kids involved. I have a couple of little pirates that I've had a couple of people donate beginner machines because they've improved, and I've given them to the kids if I see that they have an interest, and if I can see that they have respect a bit for the rules to learn and are
Right.
going to use it. If they're not going to use it, I had a couple, it's like, nah, I didn't donate one to them. So, yeah, so
I know that you belong to the ring finders.
yep.
What those of the people listening that don't know what it is, you want to talk about what ring finders is and kind of what you do with it?
Yeah, so the Ring Finders is a global organization. Chris Turner out in Vancouver, British Columbia, started this about 25 years ago,
Hmm.
I believe. And what it is we have to pay for a subscription. Chris will interview you, and if you make the cut, which normally you do, then you create a page and you go out and do ring finding. I do charge to go out. If I'm there, I don't. It's just basically to cover my fuel.
Okay.
Scuba diving, I do. I up my charge for that because it is, you have to pay for tank fills. I have to drive an hour to get my tank filled and back. All the equipment. I have thousands of dollars in scuba equipment, not to mention the detectors cost. If I was
Right.
rich, I wouldn't charge anything. So I do charge to go out. It's mainly rings. I've had lost keys, a guy cutting his lawn, lost cell phone in the water. And then when I find it, I do not take a reward. I insist that the client makes an immediate online donation to my charity, which I volunteered now going into my 13th year. It's the Kelly Shires Breast Cancer Foundation, and snowmobile for them for 12 years, going on 13. And that's how I raise money for them. Now that client, the ring finder client, then gets a tax receipt.
Okay.
So I call it my pay it forward program.
That's
So
amazing.
not too many people do that.
Right.
Chris Turner did. He now donates to his grandson's school college fund, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Some people again don't charge at all. There's some amazing groups like the Florida, the SC, is it SC ring finders? There's like 5 guys in one group that's come together
Mhm.
and they'll all go out, or depending on the area, one will go out. There's a group in California, Stan Ross, he doesn't charge. I would love to meet Stan. That's, I think, want to go to California soon, one day.
Well, Liz is in Digging Canuck, and she wanted to say
Hey,
hi to you,
hi
Allison.
Liz.
All right, let's see here. So you've been on a lot of recoveries and kind of return stuff to owners, pay it forward, which I just think is amazing. What is one of your most memorable finds, whether it's ring recovery or just something that you found when you were out detecting? What's most memorable?
It's coming up. I'm going to find a ring lost 55 years ago, and the
Wow.
gentleman that lost it used to be a supervisor. I was the first female journeyman power lineman through the MEA Municipal Electrical Association in Canada back in, I'm old, 1992. So he
Okay.
was a supervisor of collections, and I'm the City of Brampton employee. I go for coffee, see them there, just happened to be talking about, yeah, I lost my ring. It's like, did you not know I was a ring finder? So I'm going, we've been setting it up, but he doesn't remember where. But the lady's husband that passed away that he threw the snowball at, she remembers exactly. So I've been back to the ranch twice, but I need her to come.
Okay.
And the first time I went, I found a ring, but it was an old brass ring.
Okay.
So um, that will be a memorable one. I don't know, they're all so different. Every ring has a story. January had one up at beautiful Blue Mountain, the skiing area,
Mhm.
and the young lady lost her ring. She flicked her cigarette off the porch. She had a few bevies, and her ring that was her mother's. Her mother just passed away a week before.
Oh,
And
wow.
the guy that hired me was her best friend.
Mhm.
She didn't know we were going to look for it. They had detectors. A lot of times people that go and rent or buy a Canadian Tire special, they don't find them. I've
Mhm.
only had one guy I suggested, because if they don't hire me, I make suggestions. I had a call come in yesterday. We can't detect. There was a guy in Hamilton that got fined $850 for detecting in a
Oh,
park.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I do make suggestions. The sooner the better they call, the better chances.
Mhm.
But we had to pass it up, and I gave her suggestions. But I think the most memorable still is my first one. My very first, I just joined. I went, got a call. It was a Vera Wang engagement ring and wedding band, and it was 250 feet out from shore, 225.
Wow.
And she was playing volleyball. Couldn't find it. I went 4 times. I didn't charge her because I didn't know how it all worked.
Right.
And I just, oh my gosh, when I found it, I cried.
I bet you
Cried.
did.
I found the first one, the engagement ring, and then I thought, okay, next one's here. And I just, again, I didn't have my circular gridding at that
Mhm.
time. And within 3 minutes, found the other one, second scoop.
Wow.
And then I went and put them in, and she was at the beach. There's 5 beaches, beach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was and 6, sorry, 6 beaches, 14 kilometers long.
Mhm.
And she was at beach 1 with her friends. And so I go up and I put her rings in a little Tim Horton donut bag. And I said, oh, I'm just going for a break now. I need coffee. I'm getting a little, I haven't eaten. When I go out there, I've been out there for 10 hours with nothing to eat. I know that's
Wow.
bad, but I don't want to lose my spot.
Right.
But I should carry something with me, isogenic snacks even. And I went up to her, and the girls are going to shopping, and I winked at them. I said, no, no, ring, ring. And they were videoing. I thought she went into shock. I thought she
Oh
was
my
going to fall
gosh.
down. Yeah,
Wow.
that was, yeah, that was incredible. The reactions, I aim to get huge reactions. I love the tears, even though I don't like people crying. Um, but yeah, that was epic for me.
See, James Campbell from Waco, he said
James,
hello to you.
tree guy. Yeah.
Yep. So, if you're experienced in diving, you've been to seated hunts, you're getting into the relic hunting. If somebody's just getting into metal detecting, what would be your best advice that you could give them?
Watch a lot of videos on the manufacturer of the machine you bought. I I've had a Garrett AT Pro. I thought it was great. Um, you need to take the time. You need to have patience. Dig everything. I don't go by numbers. If I get a solid tone, I dig it no matter what. You're cleaning, like I post pictures of all the targets. I dig everything usually.
Mhm.
Um, because you just never know that pull tab is going to be a 10 karat gold ring.
Yep.
Old foil that could be a 10 karat gold ring. But you post pictures of the stuff you do find. You're cleaning up the beaches, you're cleaning up the area, and they're like, hey, that detectorist, it's about the big picture. It's not about
Right.
rings and being greedy or so. I'm not even going to use the word selfish, but it's about the big picture. You're doing good, like seeing all this oceans. They're going out and cleaning up all the plastic. Pick
Mhm.
up the trash. I wish other people we're seeing all kinds of rubber gloves, the latex gloves in parking lots, Walmart. It's disgusting. Even
Yeah.
even my old work center, I got called into work yesterday. My work center, people just dumping them. Take it
Wow.
home, look for the nearest garbage can,
Mhm.
and I don't know. The whole of society's, gotta clean up their act. I really feel what's going on right now is it's the universe is ticked off, and it's a big reset button for everyone. Evaluate your life. What is important to you?
Yeah.
There's, I don't know, the selfish, I got to go detecting. Well, you can wait. We got to get past this.
Mhm.
Everyone.
And I'm sure
Um,
we will, and I think once everything's said and done and everything's done, we're gonna come back bigger, better, and stronger.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we're gonna detect again.
Yes. But
Yes,
it's more, it's,
definitely.
it's great seeing the gratitude of people, like some of these big companies retooling. Tech Fest makes
Mhm.
snowmobile safety vests. They're retooling for masks,
Yep,
ventilators, companies, car manufacturers.
yep.
Like they're taking the initiative to give back and help others. I've said, and I was gonna say something. I haven't started it yet, but I'll let you in on it. I'm just gonna start a little ladies group only, just
Oh,
to give
okay.
ladies. There's a lot more coming in. Give them more confidence, not to feel overpowered by guys at events, or if they have any questions, they're scared to ask. So, yeah.
It's definitely interesting to see how many more women are getting into the hobby. And shoot, me being a woman, I think women are better than guys. That might get me in trouble,
Me
but you
too.
know.
I back you up on that. I think we're a lot more tidier. I dug
Yeah.
52 plugs in this guy's yard, and it was an old farm, but it was the front of his century home. And the next day he goes, "Did you come? Have you been here yet?" I said, "Yeah." I dug 52 holes.
Wow.
I'm just very particular about that, because that leaves a mark with him, and then he tells the next farmer and the next farmer.
Yep.
I've got some amazing properties lined up this year. Amazing one, 7 generations. So, and I always give my projects a nickname: Project Apples, Project Backyardigans, Project Ryan Ginger. That guy always gives me a little refresher at the end of the day. So he's now Project Ryan Ginger.
James put up here that the Excalibur growls with rings. You got to learn the machine, like you said, and he said you're a superstar in the ring world.
I don't pay. No, I don't think so. I think we're all stars,
Yep, I
all of
agree.
us. I think if you're a ring finder, you're extra special. And I always hashtag anyone that gives a ring back, even if
Mhm.
it's a general metal detectorist. I hashtag them detecting rock star, because I think that's the best type of individual with that heart
Yes,
and
I
um
agree.
upbringing. I blame it on my upbringing, my dad. Like, I cannot keep all the rings I have found. I keep posting them. There's one just had a big anniversary, and I keep posting. I'm desperate to find that owner. It's well over 30 years. And it's got to be Toronto, somebody in Toronto, or just outskirts, or somebody a little bit older than me.
Mhm.
Um, and just, yeah, it means something to them. Some people it doesn't, tungsten ring, but I still like to get them back. It belongs to somebody, right?
I found a ring about 4 years ago. A group of us went up to go to a seated hunt in South Carolina that Randy Gatchell puts on, and he also well when I went up there, we all decided that we were going to go to Tybee Island. When we went to Tybee Island, man, that was a big moment for me because it was the first time that I had really started to find jewelry on the beach, and I found 2 gold rings and then several pieces of
Oh,
silver that weekend. And one of them I found was a wedding ring, and it has the names inscribed in it. And I thought it was going to be really easy to find because the names were very different. So, but there was no date, and I tried looking and looking, and still I'll pull it out of the box and try to find the owner of that ring. I don't know if I ever will,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
something that I do look up.
So tips that I do is I post sometimes a side clip of the ring. I'll go, oh, there's multiple. There's lostandfound.com. There's lostandfound.ca.
Okay.
Kijiji, I see posts for lost rings. I see posts for found rings, going through all of them. And I'll even type in and send them for Alberta out west, or try it somebody at the ring finders. Facebook, I'll type in their first name. I think you can select the county or area.
Mhm.
Send them a message. You happen to lose a ring, don't tell them where,
Yeah.
or tell them the general. Like, I mean, I've had people come out of the woodwork. That's my Pandora ring. Well,
Right.
what stone was it? Pink. No, that wasn't your. What size? Well, it was a 7/8. Well, what is it? 7 or an 8?
Yeah.
I haven't had too many, thankfully, because it's really unfortunate things like that happen.
Mhm.
I don't give away. I take a top shot of the ring. If there's diamonds, I'll cover them if there's a big setting. I'll cover it somehow. I will give the gold. Usually I'll ask for, give as much information what your ring is.
Right.
So it is going back to the rightful owner.
Mhm.
Try LinkedIn. That's a resource.
Okay.
Trying to think what else I use. I think Kijiji. To people that lost rings that I can't go, I tell them to post signs. Most of the time I say you have to post a reward. If the person is decent, they'll give it back and won't take the reward. But you
Mhm.
don't get much for, not that I know, you don't get much for melt value. I mean,
Right.
some guys have shoe boxes full. You get more of a reward, sometimes not even monetary, about getting that ring back to people. And that's, again, just the way that this tick's made.
Well, it looks like it's about time for us to wrap it up, Allison. I really appreciate you coming on and telling us a little bit about who Allison is. But I do have one more question for you. Um, every time you find a ring, do you go get Taco Bell?
No. Is that
No?
is that a riddle?
It was a question in here. It says,
Oh,
ask if she goes for Taco Bell every time she finds a ring.
no. That must be a riddle. What's Taco Bell represent other than, yeah, we have restaurants up here. Is that like the
Taco Bell, it's like the
tacos?
fast food. Yeah, fast food
Okay.
tacos. Yeah.
No, maybe I'll go for a margarita though.
Well, Allison, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to have coffee with Kellyco. I appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And tomorrow we'll be back at the same time. And
Thanks for having me.
oh, I do see Merle said it's a YouTube tradition to have, I guess, to have Taco Bell after finding a ring.
Isn't that interesting?
Yep.
Well, thank you. I just
Thank
want to
you.
wish everyone to be very safe. I love everyone. I love my detecting their family. You Quarter
Absolutely.
Hoarder. I love Quarter Hoarder, that group. I love Matt and Maddie and Scallops Bob Brown. And I call them my brother and sister, Kent and Wendy Davis. My digging partner, too, Glenn Bools. I do hunt a little bit with Redbeard. He's hilarious.
Yes.
He's priceless. He's just amazing attitude. Pop Can Dan. And we're going to get out some girls. I might even do a girls only hunt, a seated hunt for just take all the finds that I have, not the
Mhm.
rings, and just put them in the ground. Just
Mhm.
have fun. Just
Yeah,
go out and have
absolutely.
fun and do your best. Please show this community, show the public we are good people. Clean up,
Absolutely.
but have fun. Be good to
Yep.
everyone.
Yep. Well, thank you again, Allison.
I'll be seeing you someday soon. I want
Very
to buy a
soon.
trailer down there for my retirement.
Absolutely.
Okay, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.